In this episode, we are going to add two components in one screen. For example, if I click add course here, I can see the details of add course, right? Here you can add the course, whatever course you want to add, and call the API using this button. If I want to edit this course, like these are the courses which are already added, if I want to edit this, I can edit this from here as well, update and delete as well, right? Similarly, this course, and if I want to add a new course, I can click here. So how to perform this task, that's what we are going to explore in this lecture. So the first thing which you need is to create this screen, right? So for that we are going to come on our admin courses page. In previous episode we have added only the add course form, in which we have added this select category and course name, right? But now what we will do is we will create these two containers, and inside that we will call two components, right? So let me show you the code here, how this thing can be achieved. So here in admin courses, go to HTML file, right? So I have changed the source code here. What I have done is, as you can see here, we have one container, right? Inside that we have one row. In that row we have created two columns, 6 columns each, right? So inside first column, which is this one, I want the view courses heading, the add course button, and the this can be fetched from the database, from the Firestore database, right? So for that I have added this view course headline. After that I have added this button add course, right? And here I have called one API. So as you can see here, we have created one div here, and all the data which is coming from the Firestore is stored inside this array. And using this array, I can fetch the detail of first course inside this variable, and using this we can call the course name or whatever object or field value we want, right? Now what is this index? So this basically maintains the index of the row. For example, if the first element is fetched here, which is, what is the first element here? C++, Python course. So whenever the first element is fetched here, the index is assigned with this. So this is at the 0 index, this is at the first index. If we have the third object here, that will be attached with the second index. So that index count is being handled using this let I is equal to index. After that we have this click event, right? So before that, let's understand first how the UI is created, right? So the first thing which was, we have created this row, and inside that we have used this view courses, a button, and all the data which is coming from the Firestore is stored inside this array, and that array is used to fetch the details and to print the details, right? In the second column, which is this one here, we have to maintain the history. For example, if I want to click the add course here, the fields will be empty here, right? And the button and the UI will be different. I can change this UI. If I click inside this category, so the UI is different, update course, delete course, right? So how to create this UI? So for this category and for this category, we have to create individual UIs, right? So for the first category, I have created one add admin course component. So you can create that. Go to terminal here, new terminal, cd learning courses, like this, and here you can use the command ng generate component and the name of the component add admin courses. So like this you can add the admin courses component. First you will do this. After that you have to add this inside your routing module as well here. So here I have added this add admin courses component, and this will be added inside this automatically. In import this will be added automatically, and this is how I have set up this add admin courses. Okay, now when I click this button here, how I call this inside this page only? See, the page here is admin courses only. If I click here as well, the page here is admin courses, but the UI which is getting created here is coming from some different component. For example, if this is add course, the page is admin courses, but the UI in this case is also coming from different component which we have created right now. So this is a component add admin course. Similarly, for this also, the page here is admin courses, but the UI is coming from different component, and I have created that component, given it the name as admin course details info. So you have to create one more component here, ng generate component admin courses details info, because this is maintaining the details of the courses. For example, this the course detail of this web course and the Angular Firebase like this. So for that we have to create this component, and after that you have to add this inside your routing module as well, like this. Okay, so this is the task which you have to do before going to detail. So here admin course details info, I have added that stuff here as well, right? So we have three components now. One admin courses which we have created already, two components we have created right now, right? So admin courses is our first page which is getting displayed. Now when I click add course, I have to call this add admin course page. I have to call this page. So how to do that? For that, all you have to do is, I have maintained the index. Here I have maintained one index. Whenever the current index is 0, I will assume that the first page is admin course, and whenever the current index is 1, I will assume the second page is different category where the update details are getting called, right? So for the first page I have to call this admin course, and for this category, second category where I have to update, I will call this page. So using this I will be able to maintain the history, which button is clicked from which category. So for the first category I want this app add admin courses page to be called, right? So let's do that. Inside this add admin courses, I have created a simple form which you can see here, a select add course heading like this, a simple drop down which we have seen how to create the drop down, a course name, material form field, and one button here. So that's the UI I have created. You can see material form field, right? One material form field inside which we have this select category label, and using the drop down method which we have seen, material select, I have called this course category array, and using that we have displayed the value. Similarly, I have created one more material form field here where I am displaying the course name, and to get the value I have used this ng model course name, and here as well to get the value I have used this select course category value. And as you know, we have to mention this inside our add admin.ts file. So you can see here the course name is declared as a string variable which is empty, right? So that is the stuff which you need to do. You can see select course category value is also a string. This button, the magic is happening inside this button, add course. So whenever this button is getting clicked here, add course, we are calling one API. So as you know, we have created this service here, CRUD service. Inside that we have this add course, and we are passing the details through course details, right? This course details indicates this courses class. So inside that we have three key value pairs, course category, course name, and one course ID. So we are maintaining this here, and inside CRUD service, if I will go, see, this is a course backend service. Now to add the course, we have used this already, add doc method to add the document, right? We have created the courses collection here, and using this courses where we want to store the data, that will be written here, and using this add doc method of Firebase, we have added the document. Inside that we have to remember only two things, one collection reference where we want to add the data and what is the data, and that data is inside this U, and that is coming from add courses from here, right? So this is how we have added the data into the database. Now we want to update the data as well. Okay, So this is for the add admin courses, and inside the admin courses itself, if the second category is clicked, for example this is the second category. If second category is clicked, then we want to update and delete the data like this. So for that we will call this component app admin course details info. So we have created this second component here, we have to call this, right? Inside that case we have to pass this as well. Why? Because app has to understand which course is clicked, right? We have to maintain the history. If I click this, I will pass this data here. If I click this, the data of this course will be displayed, right? Inside this case add course, we don't have to maintain the history because this is a new course, but here we have to maintain the history. So for that we have to pass the details as well. So here I have created this current course inside admin courses.ts file. So you can see here we have created this current course of type courses, where all the details of courses are stored like this. Inside this ts file we have all the details. So that is what I have called here. After that you have to connect both the components, right? This part is indicating that this is the page, and this part is indicating to where we will connect and how we will connect. So I want to connect with this using this way, right? So we have to declare this inside this file as well. So how to do that? Go to this admin courses details info, go to ts file, and here as you can see here I have used this input. For that you have to declare this here as well inside the Angular core import. Initially you will have this component, you have to declare this here as well. So using this input I will get connected with this courses, so that the component should know that this is the course which we want to connect here. And one more thing which you need to do is you have to create this ng on changes method. This is a by default method of Angular core that you need to call, right? So inside this ng on changes I have get that data which this category has sent. For example, if I click this, I want this entire data. So that data is inside this courses, which is coming from this admin courses.component from here. So that's we need to connect here, and to get that data you have to use the 3 dots and this courses, like, and that I have stored inside this variable which is of courses type, right? So that is maintaining our data which need to be updated or deleted. This is how I have done this, right? After that what you have to do is you have to add the HTML part. Here I will give it name as update or delete the course like this, and material form field for select category, material form field for course name, and 2 buttons, update course and delete course. This is very easy. If you get this, I will send you the entire code on mail, so don't worry about it. You can refer the code and do your stuff quickly, but first you need to understand how the components are getting connected inside this. So here same thing which we have done inside add course, that's the same thing which you need to do here, but only one thing which we need to change, that is this courses.course name, because the data is coming from this courses. If you remember, we have created this, so data is coming from this. We need to maintain this, and inside the add admin courses we have used the empty string courses name, and here we have declared that as a string. That's the only difference which is inside add admin course and this. The rest things are same here. Now inside the update course we have created this method here, right? So I have created inside this CRUD service, I have created this update course method. So what this update course method is doing, here we have called one collection reference like we have created inside the add course. Similarly I have used that here as well. After that, this is a update doc method which you need to call, and the collection reference means which courses collection you want to update. and what data need to be updated. So that is the data which we need to update, a course category and course name, right? And here we have maintained the ID. So how to get this ID now? For example, if I will show you here, we have this courses collection, right? Inside that we have two documents. So first document is C++, Python, but here we do not have any ID here, right? ID is here. If I want to update the data, now the question is, if I want to update the data of this document, like if I want to change the label or the title of this web course as web course development, so in that case we need this ID, right? Which document we need to update from this collection, which document we need to update, how the app should know. For that we need that ID, right? So how to get that ID? For that I have done, whenever we are getting the data here, whenever you get the data like this, and we have seen this as well inside in previous episode, how to get the data using this collection data. Here we have used this collection reference. One thing which you need to add is this ID field, and the ID is stored inside this ID. So whenever the data is getting fetched here, whenever the data is getting fetched here, it is coming with the document ID itself. So that ID field is also available to use now, right? That is the advantage of using this as well. And we need to convert it with courses so that we can store it inside the course reference observable also, right? We have seen what is observable and how to subscribe to get the data. For that you have to tell what type of data is coming from this collection, right? That is the stuff which we have done. So now we have the ID also, because we are getting it here, right? Whenever I click this here, so it is coming with three fields now: select category, course name, and one ID field. Even if the ID is not present here, we are getting that ID because we are using the ID field. Now whenever I am clicking this update course, I can use that third field which is not visible here, but it is there inside object. So we can use that ID to update the data. So using this update doc method, you can update this ID, and that need to be declared inside the Firestore. So we have this much of functionalities inside our app now. So delete doc, update doc, add doc, and this document to refer the document, and this collection data for reading the collection, right? So this was about update document. Now whenever I want to delete the data, we can use this delete doc method, and which document you want to delete, that need to be tell. If I want to delete this, whether I want to delete this, so which document you need to delete, we need to tell using the ID, right? So for that it should go here. The path should be like this: go to courses collection, you can see it here, go to this document and delete this. If I want to delete this, go to this course collection, go to this document and delete this. So we have to tell the path to the code to delete that document, right? For that we are coming to the courses, and to pass the ID we have to use this ID parameter, which is not visible to us, but that it is there inside the object because of this. So the path is that, and delete that document. Similarly we have done that inside the update document also. Go to the courses, this is the path of that ID, and use this data and update that document, right? Similarly inside add we have the fresh, so we don't have to tell the ID. Inside courses, just go to courses collection and add this document. For reading the data, we don't need ID, right? We are fetching the ID, but we don't need to fetch the data. So go to courses collection and fetch it with ID, even if it is not there inside the collection. So this is how this CRUD operation of Firestore works. So the entire game of CRUD operation is getting handled using this admin courses. So I hope you got the basic understanding how to use the CRUD operations inside the backend service, and use that service to handle all the things inside the component, right? So I will mail you the entire code on your email ID so that you can refer the code, and your task here is to create this, and whatever doubts you get you can mail me at teamcodzify@gmail.com, and there I will solve all your doubts. So that's all for today. See you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.